guest here, a little chat. Basically, for those of you who don't know, Mike Kehner has probably been in wrestling now, what, a good 8, 9, how long?
About 7
years.
Yeah.
This guy started out on the independents in the local area. Really one of the first and few referees to make it into the top 3. I mean, it's really hard being a referee, and a lot of guys don't give them the respect they deserve. I mean, this is one of the hardest jobs in wrestling. You're running around, and you're not just out there once or twice a night. You're out there, actually out there about 4 or 5 times, sometimes even the whole show.
Sometimes even the whole show, yeah. With ECW, it's not as it was on some indie shows that I used to do. With ECW, generally, it's myself. It's Jim Molyneux. Once again, Jim Molyneux, probably one of the best refs in the business, along with John Finnegan. Those two guys, I've learned more from them in the year that I've been with ECW than from anybody, that I work with on the indies. Jim and John are just true professionals. I love working with them, and with ECW, yeah, generally it's 2 or 3 matches. Lately, it's been a little more because Jim got a little banged up at the pay-per-view. And Jim, I hope if you're listening, I hope you get well soon.
Yeah,
and
we
come
wish
back.
you well.
Hey, Jim.
Definitely. But yeah, there were indie shows where I would do as many as 8 and even more shows. I remember I did one in North Carolina where I did about 20 matches in a row. So
wow.
yeah, and that was outdoors. You can imagine what that's like. So
well, something I think that people don't understand is like a good referee and a bad referee could be the difference between a good and bad match. I mean, I've seen referees who have just made a phenomenal match horrible because of their miscues and their timing. Right now, though, we're going to hear Kehner's opinion on that. Right now, we're going to go to a commercial break. So
yeah, let's pay some more bills,
yeah.
And we'll come back with a little bit more of Mike Kehner. All right, here we are. We're back on Sunday Night Slam at Hot Shot Bay Ragni. My co-host Frank Cody and ECW referee Mike Kehner. If anybody has a question for Mike Kehner, give us a call. Numbers are 610-667-WNWR. And in New Jersey, it's a toll-free call at 877-667-WNWR.
All right, like I was saying before we went to commercial, a lot of times a referee can make the difference between a good and bad match. And especially on the independents, I think there's such a lack of good refereeing now that it's actually getting to be the point where referees are in more need than the wrestlers anymore.
yeah, definitely referees. Granted, it's the boys to do the work. Make no mistake about it. We are there, for what we are there for. Without the wrestlers, though, we obviously would be out of work. But to go out there and just kind of stand there and not actually, referee the match like we're supposed to and really get involved. It can be damaging to a match. It can damage the pace and the timing of the match. So, yeah, I like to take a style where I'm more involved and more, in the match, more verbally involved, and try to get involved as best I can.
There's some calls, Mike. I'm scared. Do you want to take them?
Sure.
All right, line 1. South Philly Playboy, Mike in the house.
Yo, what's up, Frank?
Hey,
What's going
Mike.
on, brother?
How you
What's
doing?
up, Mike?
Hey, I want to congratulate you guys for having a radio show.
Hey, man. Without you, it won't be possible.
Trying to bring wrestling radio back to Philadelphia the way it used to be.
I hope so, man. Because the independents are awesome. Because I usually go to Soul City and CWC, and they're pretty 2 hot promotions I've been to so far. But,
All right. Do you have any questions for us today, Mike?
Yeah, what do you think of World Comedy Wrestling, also known as World Championship Wrestling? Do you think they'll get better, or what do you think they're going to do with that?
I think you answered your own question.
I did?
Yeah, it's really hard to say. Like I said, when you're changing management as quickly as they are, you really can't get a stable base. And once you don't have a stable base, then what are you going to do? You can't run a business and have 40 different owners trying to put their hands into the pot. You got too many chefs getting into the stew there.
Right. Do you think they'd ever combine with WWF and just make it into one big company?
No.
Only when downstairs freezes over. Hey, Mike, thanks for calling.
No problem.
Tune in next week.
I will.
All right. All right, let's get back to asking Kehner some questions. Like they said, if you want to call in, please feel free. If you have any questions for referee Mike, feel free to ask him. It is area code 610-667-WNWR. Basically, Mike, what's your general feel on a lot of the referees in the business today?
There's a lot that I like. Like I said, Jim and John are two of the best. H.C. Loke, who is with us in ECW as the Extreme Official, is also a very competent, very good referee. Some of the guys in the other companies that I've always liked, Mike Kehner. I've always admired Mike Kehner. I used to be a big fan of Joey Morella when Joey Morella was alive and reffing in the WWF. He was one of the guys I looked up to, as well as Tommy Young. These were guys that I admired.
How about Bill Alfonso? A lot of people don't know that he used to be a referee. Does he help out with teaching some of the guys?
Absolutely. Bill Alfonso always is there to give me pointers, to give John and Jim, ideas and stuff to draw from his past experience.
Now, there's one quick question I wanted to ask you.
Sure.
Do you think that a lot of people don't know this, but some of the referees in the business today were wrestlers or are wrestlers?
Yep.
Do you think that helps you in your refereeing? Because speaking from, if you remember Byron Hildebrand, phenomenal wrestler.
Absolutely.
H.C. Loke, another guy who wrestles, and yourself. You got to be in. I got to put you in that category. I've seen you wrestle, although you don't do it enough. But do you think that helps?
I think it's very helpful, mainly for positioning. It helps me to be able to be out of the way, and not be in the way of certain maneuvers when they're being performed. When I'm watching a match, I kind of know from experience where to be and where not to be. Not so much just from being a ref, but also from being in the ring as a wrestler. Because I know the moves. I know where guys are going to land and where they're going to be flying. Or at least I have a general idea. So yeah, it does prove to be very helpful.
See, that's one thing people think. They think your referee's job is just to stand there and look stupid. It's a lot more complicated than that.
Absolutely.
Trust me, I've tried it a couple times, and let me tell you, it's a lot more work than you would think. I mean, you're running around the ring constantly, and it's up to you to keep everything in that ring in order.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for example, in ECW, we've been doing a couple of four-way dances, tag team four-way dances. The one we did at the arena several weeks ago is a perfect example where it was ducking and weaving and bobbing and trying to stay out of the way, and not really having a corner that I could call safe, considering there was a team in all four corners. So that even made it more difficult. Matches like that are never easy, but they're always kind of fun.
We got a question for you here on line number 2. Let's go to that one.
Mike, you're on the air.
Yo, Bay, yo, Frank, it's Demusio. What's up?
Yo! Yo, man, are you guys busy at Papa John's tonight?
What's that, brother?
You guys busy? Are you on the road?
Man, I'm all on the road.
You're on the road delivering them pizzas?
All right.
What's that?
You on the road delivering pizzas?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
of course I am.
Tell them people to tip you good.
Absolutely.
Making them big bucks, know?
Yeah, I hear that loud.
Speaking of hard-working referees, for those of you who don't know, this is referee Mike Demusio, another guy who basically started out the way you did, Kehner, man, on the independents, and he's in demand.
Absolutely. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
It's great. It's great. Kehner, I just wanted to call in and say, hey, look, dude, you have been a big help to me when I got started out. You gave me a lot of inspiration. You gave me a lot of tips. And, I'll never be the best. I'll never be as good as you. But I've come a long way because of you, and I thank you very much, Mike.
It was my pleasure, Mike, and I thank you. And the compliments are greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.
Is that a criteria to become a referee? You have to be named Mike?
I think so. I think most of the participants in this business are named Mike. Your name's really Mike, and Frank's name's really Mike. We all know that.
Exactly.
Well, it's that name thing, guys.
Everybody in this business has to be named
Let's
Mike.
ask Mike this question. I should say Mike Demusio. On line 1, we have Stan the Fan. Should we take the call?
Oh, absolutely, man. Every show needs humor. And Stan is definitely humorous. Just as long as he doesn't flash the audience.
Let's jump over to Stan real quick. We got 1 minute. Later on, Mike. Stan, you're live on the air. Please don't curse.
Brother Bay, my man, what's going on, amigo?
What's up, cuz?
You all right, but you tell Cody I'll punch him in the mouth when I see him down in Soul City.
He's right here.
He's mine. Definitely hit mobs, gonna run all over him, baby. Don't worry, my man Viper called. The Lunatics will be calling next. Let me tell you something, baby. I wish you a lot of luck to the LAW. And tell Mike, I am the man at the show. I am the man. You tell him he had the problem with a certain federation that he referee. I'll probably take care of it.
Thank you. Out of here.
Call in next week, Stan.
All right. Bye.
Well, this was an action-packed show. I want to thank ECW referee Mike Kehner for stopping by.
Yeah.